We have three big updates, and two of them are probably the biggest AI stories of this year. Firstly, an OpenAI model broke out of its own testing sandbox and hacked into one of the most secure production servers on the internet. Secondly, the White House has made some serious allegations accusing the Chinese lab Moonshot AI of stealing Anthropic's Fable 5 to build the most powerful open source model. And finally, Google has shipped something new, except it wasn't the model anyone was actually waiting for, and the reaction has been brutal. So what actually happened during that OpenAI's new model test, and are we going to see that scary Mythos story once again? Plus, has Moonshot AI really stole Fable 5 to build Kimi K3, and what really is wrong with Gemini's latest release? Let's find all the answers and have an honest look at the whole picture. Here we go. Starting with the biggest story of this year, GPT-6 going out of control, breaking across the secure layers. On July 21st, OpenAI published an official statement about what it's calling an unprecedented incident. During an internal cybersecurity evaluation, two models, GPT 5.6 Sol and a more capable unreleased model, most probably GPT-6, both running with their cyber refusals deliberately loosened for testing purposes, were given a specific benchmark called ExploitGym. The goal was narrow: solve the assigned exploit challenge. But here's what happened instead. The models found and exploited a genuine zero-day vulnerability in a third-party package registry proxy, which OpenAI is now responsibly disclosing to that vendor. Using that opening, they escalated privileges and moved laterally through OpenAI's own internal research environment until they reached a node with actual internet access. Once online, the models figured out that Hugging Face likely hosted the datasets and reference solutions for the exact benchmark they were being tested on. So they went looking for exactly that. What they found was a way in. Chaining together stolen credentials and additional zero-day vulnerabilities, the models identified a remote code execution path into Hugging Face's production systems and used it to reach the benchmark's actual answers, rather than solving the challenge the way they were supposed to. In plain terms, the model didn't cheat by guessing well. It broke into a company's servers to look up the answer key. Both OpenAI's own security team and Hugging Face's defenses caught the activity and shut it down before anything worse happened. But sit with what actually occurred here for a second. A model escaped its sandbox, gained real internet access, and independently executed a multi-stage attack against a third party, all without a human directing any of those specific steps. Here's why this matters beyond the security headline. The blog post language OpenAI used to describe this, and the fact that they disclosed it publicly at all, echoes almost exactly how Anthropic first introduced Mythos. A serious tone, real concern about cyber capability, and confirmation of a more capable pre-release model waiting in the wings. Whether that pre-release model becomes GPT-6 outright or just paves the road toward it, this is one of the strongest signals yet that OpenAI's next major release could be closer than most of us assumed, and genuinely more capable in exactly the areas that made Mythos controversial in the first place. And speaking of models with murky origins, this same week has brought an accusation aimed squarely at one of GPT-6's biggest open-weight rivals, which brings us to the second biggest story of the year. Here it is. As you move to the most crucial portion of the video, do tell me, which AI is your absolute favorite? Plus, hit that like button and press that lonely subscribe button as well. Kimi K3's massive success as one of the top AI models is not going well with the US government. Here's a claim that has landed with real weight behind it because of exactly who said it. Donald Trump's presidential science advisor stated publicly that the US government has information indicating Moonshot AI distilled Anthropic's Fable 5 to help build Kimi K3. Yes, you heard that right. Fable 5 was stolen by the Chinese lab to build the most powerful open model out there. Now, this is not an anonymous leak or a rival lab's marketing jab. That's a senior government science official making the claim in an official capacity. The specifics of the accusation go further than a general "they copied it" claim. The statement alleges Moonshot built a dedicated internal platform specifically for large-scale distillation of US models, one designed to switch between multiple access methods to avoid detection. It also separately alleges Moonshot obtained GB300 equipped servers and accessed GB300 GPUs through Thailand, likely to help train its models. There's an important distinction being drawn here, and it's worth understanding clearly. The statement explicitly separates ordinary legitimate distillation, which is a completely normal and widely used part of AI development, from what it calls large-scale covert industrial distillation, framed as crossing the line into theft of protected US technology. This isn't new territory for Anthropic specifically either. Back in February 2026, Anthropic filed its own complaint tracing 3.4 million Claude exchanges back to Moonshot linked accounts. Now here's the honest pushback worth including, because the timeline genuinely raises questions. Kimi K3 was reportedly already in internal evaluation as early as April or May, which is before Fable 5 had been publicly available long enough to plausibly serve as a distillation source in the way being described. That gap in the timeline doesn't disprove the accusation, but it is a real inconsistency that hasn't been addressed yet. There's also a broader point being raised in tech circles. Every current model, including the ones built by US labs, is trained on some combination of public data, licensed data, or other models. Where legitimate training ends and covert theft begins is genuinely a live, unsettled question, not something with a clean, bright line. So where does this leave us? A credible government voice making a specific, detailed accusation, a real prior complaint from Anthropic backing up the pattern, and a genuine timing inconsistency that hasn't been resolved. No hard evidence has been published yet, and until it is, this remains a serious allegation rather than a confirmed fact. Now, while all of that drama was playing out around two of the most talked about models in AI, Google quietly shipped something new. And the reaction has not been kind. And once you know the reason behind it, you would react even stronger. But before we move on to that story, just tell in the comments, do you really think that Moonshot AI stole Fable 5 to build Kimi K3? Do share your opinion. There is something going wrong with Google big time. Here's the release that landed with a genuine thud this week. And honestly, the reaction speaks for itself before we even get to the numbers. On July 21st, Google released Gemini 3.6 Flash alongside 3.5 Flash Lite and 3.5 Flash Cyber. Not Gemini 3.5 Pro, the model everyone has actually been waiting for since Google originally promised it for June. One widely shared Reddit post summed up the reaction in a single line that captured the mood perfectly. Twice as fast, 18% cheaper, and precisely 0% smarter. Let's go through what actually changed. Compared to the previous Gemini 3.5 Flash, 3.6 Flash is genuinely more token efficient. On one internal software engineering benchmark, the older model used around 276 tokens, where the new one used only 97. It also posted real gains over Google's own prior models on machine learning engineering and knowledge work tasks. So within Google's own Flash lineup, this is a legitimate step forward. But here's the honest problem, and it's the one driving most of the frustration. Google did not publish a single comparison against outside competitors, GPT 5.6, Fable 5, or the Chinese open-weight models that have been dominating headlines. Independent analysis filled that gap instead, and the picture is not flattering. On software engineering benchmarks specifically, Govt 4.5 holds the top spot, while actually costing less than Gemini 3.6 Flash. GPT 5.6 Luna outperforms it on deep software engineering and terminal-based tasks. Claude Sonnet 5 beats it on machine learning benchmarks and GDP val. So across nearly every category that matters most, coding, agentic work, and reasoning, this new Flash model isn't leading anywhere. It's a faster, cheaper version of what Google already had, not a more capable one. There is one genuinely strong result worth mentioning. Long context performance jumped from roughly 77% to 91.8%, a real substantial improvement, and clearly ahead of the next closest model in that specific tier. Chart reading and computer use also came out solid for a Flash tier model. So this isn't a nothing release. It's a targeted efficiency and long context upgrade aimed at cost-conscious users already inside Google's ecosystem, not a swing at the frontier. And that's exactly the frustrating part for a lot of people watching. This wasn't the release anyone was hoping for. It landed right as Chinese open-weight labs are actively closing the gap on Google's mid-tier models, and Gemini's actual flagship remains stuck behind a delay that's now stretched from June into late July, after Google reportedly scrapped the original base model entirely because it wasn't competitive enough against the frontier labs. There is one small silver lining buried in all of this. In the same window, Google DeepMind's own team confirmed they're now running their most ambitious pre-training run yet for Gemini 4. Even OpenAI's own product lead publicly jabbed at that news online, joking he hoped it actually finishes one day, a pointed reference to how long Gemini 3.5 Pro has already been delayed. Google's team responded graciously, but the exchange captured something real about where each lab currently sits in the public conversation. There are a few things worth being direct about before we wrap up. On the Hugging Face incident, everything here comes from OpenAI's own official disclosure and has been independently reported by outlets including Wired and Fortune, so the core facts are solid. But the specific pre-release model involved has not been officially named or confirmed as GPT-6. That connection is informed speculation based on capability and timing, not a confirmed fact from OpenAI. On the Moonshot distillation accusation, the source is credible and the claim is specific, but no actual evidence has been published yet. The timeline inconsistency, Kimi K3 reportedly being in evaluation before Fable 5 had meaningful public exposure, is a genuine open question that hasn't been addressed. Treat this as a serious, credible allegation under active dispute, not a settled matter. On Gemini 3.6 Flash, the efficiency gains within Google's own lineup are real and independently verifiable from the published model card. But Google chose not to publish any competitor comparisons, so every cross-lab benchmark cited here comes from third-party analysis, not Google itself. That's worth remembering before drawing hard conclusions about exactly how far behind Gemini's mid-tier actually is. And the broader thread running through all three stories this week. Every major lab is under real pressure right now, competitively and in some cases legally, and that pressure is showing up as security incidents, distillation accusations, and rushed releases that don't quite land. None of these stories exist in isolation. They're all symptoms of the same accelerating race. So here's where things stand. By the way, which of these three stories you think is the most crucial one? Do share in the comments. Subscribe to my channel as I try to cover every major AI update the moment it drops, be it from Claude, OpenAI, or the Chinese labs. I'll see you in the next one.